Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ladies Room Talk Show. I'm Clarissa Kenty, your Kingdom Concierge. Welcome to 2026. Oh, my goodness. When I tell you I was so ready to get out of 2025, generally, y'all, I am not that person. I will stay on in there for that year and, make sure you finish strong and not really just force myself out of a year. But most of you who know me, you've been on this journey with me. And, most of you know that this time last year, I lost my mom. And so that whole year was just like a cloud. I don't even remember half the time or half the things that went on in that year. I just did enough just to get through that year. But I'm just so grateful to be in 2026 alive and kicking and going forth and really desiring to see what God wants to do with me. I am very excited about understanding and getting to know the new version of me. That's a version that's without her parents, a version who no longer has her mom. And I'm excited about that. I was a little anxious about it at first, a little nervous, but I'm excited because I'm trusting God. And I want you to do the same thing. I know there are several people on last year that's lost loved ones in some way, fashion, or form. Several of you have lost your mom. Some of you have lost spouses and alike. But, I'm here to tell you and to encourage you, hold on, as they say, to God's unchanging hand. He's going to be with you. He's always been with you, and he's going to continue to get you through this journey. Some of you have first of many first that will be coming down the pipeline on this year. I went through most of those already, but I'm here to tell you as well, how you get through it is a choice. God is there with you. He's giving you peace and joy, which are gifts that he has given to you. So utilize those gifts. I believe that God will give you the strength that you need to journey through those paths of mourning, because weeping may endure for a night, but truly joy comes in the morning time. And I'm grateful. I'm one that can tell you truly that is a scripture that you can stand on. So happy new year to everyone. I know that you guys have good, wonderful resolutions or goals that you have set for the new year. And I'm just speaking over you today. I believe that God is going to help you achieve and accomplish everything that you desire to accomplish and achieve in 2026. Everybody's always thinking of these little catchy rhymes to say in the new year, I'm alive in 2025 and all that type of stuff. So I heard somebody say it's fixed in 2026. So however you want to go into 2026, just get there, do that, and operate in the spirit of righteousness and put your steps to be faithful and just to believe God and take him at his word. So I want to give a big shout out to Chilo on last week, one of my classmates from the Miles College, the ultimate Golden Bears. Yes, he was in the building on last week, and he was able to kind of give us a song that he created, and he shared that with us. And so he performed Inside The Ladiez Room last Monday, and I'm so grateful for Chilo to do that. He's always super busy. He's Grammy nominated, and so for him to take out that time to hang out with us on last week, that was truly amazing. I am very, very grateful. So Chilo, thank you for bringing your gift into the house. I also want to remind you guys, listen, there's a lot of things that's going on as it relates to viruses and bacteria and all these things. And I've been hearing about people having to go to the ER and the emergency room and to the doctor's office and really having some challenges. And so I'm just speaking total restoration to your bodies. If you're having those challenges, I speak covering over you. I plead the blood of Jesus over you so you can be protected during this time. And guys, let's do some natural things. Let's keep our hands washed, keep our hands out of our faces. We'll use our hand sanitizer, take it everywhere you go. When you're putting your hands on knobs, and I'm one of those too. So if I'm going out to eat and I'm going to use some ketchup or the condiments that are on the table, I would have already washed my hands. But if I use those condiments, no, I'm going back to my hand sanitizer. Please know that. I'm going right back to it, because people have put their hands on that. They've coughed, they've sneezed, they've done all these things. And so we just have to do and be very proactive to make sure that we remain safe and then keep that immune system up. PK Fitness, Peggy Keebler, the body artist, she is running a hot lemon challenge. I call it hot lemon, but hot water lemon challenge. So what that is that you take a cup of hot water in the mornings, 8 ounces, 12 ounces. I usually do a 12-ounce hot cup of water, hot water, and I squeeze a lemon into that and drop the lemon wedge in it. and I'll sip on that in the morning on an empty stomach. So that's one of the ways that can build up your immune system and also your metabolism. So PK Fitness, go out there, hit like and follow on her page, and go ahead and get into that challenge. That challenge started today, so it's not too late. If you missed this morning, pick up in the morning. So you have 1 cup of that. That's a 21-day challenge. It's going to be a good challenge for you, and it's going to be very, very healthy. So tonight, I have an amazing, beautiful young lady that's going to be hanging out with me inside the ladies' room. This is her first time, but you know what? I'm just believing it won't be her last time. I'm believing that Miss Candyluv is going to be able to come to the ladies' room anytime she wants to and share the goodness that God is sharing with her and all of these wonderful events that she has coming down the pipeline. So, Candyluv, welcome to the ladies' room.
Hey.
I am so glad that you are here with us tonight. I know that you are busy. You had an event, actually you had a live going on before you came to this live. So, and I think that there you still were definitely talking about the conference, the Renew and Recharge conference that will be coming up on Saturday, January 24th. So I'm excited about them, quite intrigued about the name of the conference. And I know some of the people who are on the program for your panelists. So it looks like it's going to be a really, really great program, Candyluv. And so let's talk to the listening audience a little bit about you and how you came up with this amazing conference.
Well, I'm Candyluv, owner of Unique Fashion Clothing, also owner of Candyluv Trusted Care, Home Care. I'm originally from New York. I moved down here, Alabama in 2007, been here, made a life here, and just been networking. And I started my first brunch in 2016. And from that, I just been doing brunches after brunches, and it's just been successful. I'm just bringing women empowerment and networking, and just making space for vendors to make money that don't have establishment. Renew and recharge brunch, I came up with that because I see a lot going on social media with people crying out, for help, depressed, and don't know who to turn to. And it was a young lady that, passed away due to depression. And it's like we're more focused on the negative instead of the positive, or just focusing on what people going through. And that's what made me come up with the name Renew and Recharge Brunch.
I love that. When you're looking, it's so many things that has happened regarding women within the last several weeks. Everything from someone taking their own lives to someone being killed by domestic violence. Someone else, they're still doing investigations on that, but it has a lot to do with women. And so you're right. The recharge and the renew is so needed in women. You have women from all walks of life. You have women who are entrepreneurs, soul entrepreneurs. You have women who are single, who desire to get married, and they're kind of in that space. You have women who are married, but they've lost themselves in their marriage, or they're working and trying to raise children, trying to be a wife and doing all these other things, yet putting herself in the back burner. And so I believe that this Renew and Recharge brunch is calling for those women. It's calling for those women who need a reset, calling for those women who are at their wits' end. They don't really know what to do or where to turn to. And so I know that, the general is is going to be on there. And also Christine Love, I know those two who are speakers. I believe they're your panelists that are going to be coming in. I know they're going to be bringing it. So they've been in the ladies' room several times. And so as I said before, I'm so excited about the actual brunch. How much, Candyluv, will that brunch be?
The tickets are $25. And when they do purchase, I want to make sure they purchase on Eventbrite. It's Renew and Recharge Brunch 2026 eventbrite.com, because there's a lot of scammers out there. So they can only purchase the ticket on Eventbrite only. And then I have 2 more spaces for vendors. I'm looking for 2 more vendors. And the tickets are $25.
Okay. And how much is it to be a vendor?
50, and that includes a table and 2 chairs. And if they want to bring one guest, The coverage is $17.95. That covers their brunch.
Okay, great. I think that is wonderful. So those of you who are watching tonight, I think your daughter is on the live here. Is that Destiny?
Yes, yeah, that's my A1 right there.
She says, "Mommy," that's so sweet.
We me and my daughter first started our first brunch in 2016, and I continued it when we opened up our business, Unique Fashion Clothing, mother and daughter duo. That's what we
Oh,
call each other.
that is beautiful. I love it. She's in here chatting and talking. Hey, Destiny, make sure you share your live with your network of friends and let people know that your mom is inside the ladies' room here tonight. Let's talk a little bit more about your background, Candy Love. I know you mentioned about the conference and how you came up with that, but you have a boutique. Are you in ministry?
Yes, I go to Christian Tower Church, Pastor Stephen, um, and I do a lot of mentoring as well with the young women. Some come to me, with issues and stuff, and some don't have a mother figure in their life, and I kind of just talk to them. And then some ask me how I got started with my business as well.
Right.
And I don't mind. I just been in the business for so long that I don't mind blessing anyone
Mhm.
because God blessed me. And it's a lot of things that I did ask other people on helping me, and I couldn't get the help, but the God in me pushed me to research and do my own investigation on how to start a business. And I started from my basement.
Oh,
And then,
wow.
yep, I started from my basement. Then from my basement, I was blessed with a space at a church I used to go to. I attended. And then from there, 3 months, I expanded, got my own storefront. And then the next 3 months, we had to move to a bigger space, because it just was we didn't have enough room. And just the overflowing support, love. And I just been doing it for a long time until COVID hit. When COVID hit, you know, I started working from home and online.
Okay. Yeah, your story there is magnificent because I'm sure that, and we'll give you time to even give a word to that, but I'm sure there are people out there who have been sitting on conferences and ideas, and they have it mapped out, they're sitting on it, but they wish they could push through. And so you're telling us that you started in your basement, and here you are today, doing big time conferences with big time people on
Hmm.
your conferences. So, I definitely want you to be able to share and encourage people on tonight. Destiny shared it. Thank you, Destiny. Glad you shared it. Yes, Latricia Fifi Redmond in the building. The Fifi Redmond. How you doing, lady? Thanks for coming in. A continued supporter of the Ladies Room Talk Show. Good evening to you. And so let's go back to this conference. So, what's on the menu, Candy Love?
Well, my daughter is going to cater this time.
Okay, okay. Come on,
we,
daughter.
we do our own decoration, our own catering, and so I'm all over the place. So this time she's giving me a break and she's going to cater. And the brunch, we're gonna have waffles, sauces, bacon, eggs, grits, parfaits, mimosa. Things that people get full off of and enjoy.
Oh, that sounds like fun, and it sounds like a good menu.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to that. Now, on the flyer, it says that you have a couple of guest speakers. I think you have two guest speakers, and you have some panel discussion, some panelists that's going to be going on for your discussion as well. Now, do you have music? Because it seems like I saw something in there where you're going to have some music playing as well on that day.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna have music as well. I'm gonna have door prizes. Um, all guests will get a gift. They'll have a gift at the table as always, and then we do door prizes for fun. And D'Angela, I call her D. She's my goddaughter.
Uh-huh.
Um, I just love her taking part in anything I do because her spirit, and she's just a humble person.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
any room she enters, she just brings joy and just the connection and just the
Right.
spirit and energy. And it's just, she just make the event what it
Mhm.
is,
Mhm.
and we do door prizes, giveaway. Some people give away, you have people jump up to me, I'm gonna do $50 giveaway, giving away money. Um,
Right.
and just enjoying networking, you know, um, supporting the vendors. I bring vendors in there to give them a chance because a lot of people don't have a storefront. So to bring vendors in to support them, network and brand their business to help them out, through networking. I just think it's great.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. Like you said before, when you have it's good for two reasons. Number one, it does give those vendors an opportunity to get before people that they normally would not have an opportunity to get before.
Mhm.
The price is very good, so it's a very small investment to be able to give you potential leads for people coming through the brunch and the expo and the brunch that you have going on. So, and then give other people an opportunity to learn more about things that are out there that some people may not know. Sometimes an event like yourself will give people exposure that they would normally never have. And so it's just definitely a twofold opportunity. And so it's going to start at 2 o'clock on January 24th. Is that correct?
Yes, 2 to 7.
2 to 7. Okay. That's what, 5 hours?
Hmm.
Wow. That's a lot of fun taking place. What's the attire for that night?
Just come formal. You can be comfortable. The colors is light blue, silver, and white. Just the formal wear.
Okay. So it is a formal event.
Hmm.
Okay. So anything formal, guys, because a lot of people want to know, hey, what's the attire? I don't want to be underdressed. I don't want to be overdressed. And so it is formal. So, guys, those of you who are grabbing those tickets now really do know that you need to come formal and looking your best. So you can fit right on in with everybody else. So 2 o'clock is the kickoff there. You're gonna have door prizes, a great brunch. You're gonna have some amazing musics and some phenomenal speakers that will be talking as well. Do you have anything else, Candy Love, after that conference that you have coming down the pipeline?
No, not at the moment. I kind of do my brunches every 6 months to give me time to, you know,
Recoup.
recuperate from it, because doing a brunch is a lot. It's a lot. And when you don't have a team and you have all that on you, it's like overwhelming. And I
Right,
just God just, placed volunteers, because I was asking for volunteer sponsors, anyone who want to donate towards the event. You
right.
know, he was just pouring out volunteer to help decorate. I appreciate it, because doing these brunches and doing it by yourself and don't have that support system, and it just
Right.
me, my kids, is a whole lot.
Hmm.
It's a whole lot. Decorating yourself, cooking, cooking itself is just a whole lot.
Oh yeah. Hey, we would believe that God's going to bring the people that you need in order to scale what you're doing and to expand what you're doing and get the help that you need in addition to your daughters that are helping you. So I believe God is going to be able to bring the right people your way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm. So, Candy Love, let's talk a little bit about encouraging somebody. Usually on my show, I like to have my guests to give some type of encouraging word to people who may be doing something similar to what you're doing, or maybe they are sitting on a conference that they're wanting to get out of their belly. And they've been sitting on it and they're nervous, they're scared, they're fearful, they're afraid of success, they're afraid of failure. They got all these things that's keeping them from moving. I want to bring you front and center to the ladies' room, and could you speak to that person? What are some of the words that you can share to encourage them tonight?
I would tell them, you know, if you're in fear of not knowing, in fear of trying to figure things out, you would never know, you know, unless you take that chance, the leap of faith. Are we still here?
Yes, ma'am. We're here. So,
I have a lot of young ladies be like they scared to start their business. They don't know where to start. Or just the hesitation. I just tell people that want to start business, just pray about it. Ask God to lead them. Because if you're in fear and you keep making excuses, you ain't gonna never start.
mm,
Got to start somewhere, and it's okay to fail. Just get back up and do it again. Because in my business, when I started, it, I had to learn from experience, not knowing certain things, but that's come from growth. See, in order for you to make mistakes, you got to make mistakes to do better. And I just tell people, just step out on faith. You will never know if you
right.
fall, get back up. So,
I love that. I think people are afraid of, I want to say failing, because just because you fall doesn't mean you fail. So, but I think people are afraid of the thought of falling in something, or
mhm,
misstepping, or making an error in whatever capacity. People have some fears in that, and because they don't know what that feels like, they don't want to feel the brunt of that fall. They just soon just not fall. But like you're saying, when you think about when we were babies and we were scooting along, and then they went from scooting to crawling, from crawling to walking, we failed many, many times, but we got right back up and started moving again. And so I like what you said about don't allow your missteps to hinder you from getting back up and trying again. And so that is what makes really good winners in life, is that you have to get back up. I don't care how many times you get knocked down, get back up.
because
So
I
I
mean,
love
it,
that.
it's 2016. Best believe it's. Sometimes I fail. Sometimes things just didn't pan out the way you
Right.
know um it's supposed to be. But I didn't give up.
Right.
And I just thought, okay, my business slow. What's going on? I didn't give up. And I just kept pushing, kept pushing, kept pushing. And look at God.
Hmm.
So you gotta stay fast in what you do. You gotta believe.
Right.
It's hard work. You gotta put that hard work in order for anything to succeed. And if I have to fall, best believe I'm gonna get back up and try again. And I tried many times. We're gonna have good days, we're gonna have bad days in businesses.
Hmm.
The people that's successful didn't get successful overnight. They got knocked down many times, but
Right.
they kept going. So a lot of people just got to get out of that fear. And when I jumped out on faith, I built my business off of my own money. I didn't get
Mm.
no funding on anything. I did it on
Mhm.
my own.
And then that shows where your faith is, Candy
Oh,
Love. That shows where, because some people's faith is a little bit, higher than others. And
mhm.
so it shows what you are made out of. You are like a cat. I'm like a cat. I don't care how many times I get flipped up and turned around. I'm gonna land on them feet now. I'm gonna land on them.
Oh, yeah.
And so that is, that's how you really know what you're made out of. It's just, at first you don't succeed, they say try again.
Mhm.
And so I love the fact that not only are you saying that, but that is something that you truly live by.
Oh,
There's a book that I read called Good to Great. It's a huge book. It's a very, very big book. And it's not the easiest of reads. So I did read that through audio. And so it talked about that. It talked about Colonel Sanders with KFC, how many times he failed at the concept of trying to have this restaurant going. And then that one time he
mhm.
brought soul food, home comfort food that's easy, that's a kind of like a drive-through type concept, fast food concept for working people, women who are working but they don't have time to sit down and cook a home cooked meal. That was the target audience. Then he finally made it, but that was after him failing so many times. and actually filed in bankruptcy a couple of times because those businesses just did not do well. But he just didn't give up. And had he given up, we would not have a KFC today.
Nope.
We would not. We would not. So I love the fact that you're sharing that. Hey, Vonda, how's it going, lady? Thanks for coming in. And so I'm glad that you shared that tonight because it's very important. And so sometimes when you look at young people, some of the young people, they have an issue. I don't say they don't have, but they have an issue with sticking and staying, or an issue with push through.
Mm-hmm.
So that if some opposition comes up, once that opposition comes up, they're out of there. They don't want to be a part of it. They quit and they go on and do something else. But for people like you and like I was raised not to quit. I was raised to get back up and try again. I was raised to do that. And so hopefully, as we continue throughout our journey, Candy Love, that we will continue to be the example for these young people to look and see, you know what, if Candy Love can do this, I can do it too. If Clarissa can do this, I can do it too. That God is no respecter of person where it relates to favor. He doesn't. We all have favor. We all have favor, but we just have to believe that we do. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just so excited to say, I'm good. How are you? Yep, doing good, Vonda. As always, Vonda's a good supporter, continued supporter of the Ladies Room Talk Show as well. She usually comes in every Monday to hang out with us. So I hope you're enjoying the show here tonight, Vonda. But yeah, I will say, Candy Love, I'm excited about your conference or your workshop or your brunch that's going to be taking place on Saturday. So guys, listen, it's Saturday, January 24th from 2 to 7 p.m. And it's going to be, where is it going to be?
It's going to be the Sarah Event Center in Center Point, 1301 Center Point Parkway.
Okay, in Center Point. Yeah, very good. So that's centrally located. So guys, make sure you go out to Eventbrite to get your tickets and get your ticket for someone else. And I know that there's some of you out there who wanted to get vendor opportunities in this year. Sometimes you choose 8 times to be a vendor. This will be a good event to go to be a vendor. Not only can you get your product and your services out there, but you'll be able to get it to a targeted audience of people who want to refresh and renew and recharge and all the re's that are out there. Candy Love is going to have it for them on that Saturday. So again, you want to make sure you get to the Renew and the Recharge brunch. That's going to be hosted by the Candy Love. It's going to be on Saturday, January 24th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Go out to Eventbrite, grab those tickets, and bring a friend with you. When I go to things like that, I always like to go with a friend, because we can laugh, we can talk, we have a good time. So it's always fun. So not just get one for yourself, but bless someone else with a ticket as well. Those tickets are just $25. That is just that. Is it 25 or is it $25?
25.
So it's $25, guys. It gets a lot for 25. So I think you're going to definitely enjoy that. Candy Love, baby, I know you got things going on tonight, but I just want to thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, sharing about what you got going on. And listen, anytime you got a conference, a workshop, or anything you want to showcase, know that the Ladies Room Talk Show, the doors are always open to you. We're going to give you a virtual key. You got that now. So just use that anytime you want. We'll be more than happy to bring you back in. Okay.
Thank you for having me on here.
Yay. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much for hanging out with me inside the Ladies Room Talk Show. Remember, we come on every Monday night from 7 o'clock p.m. to whenever we get through talking. But I want to remind you guys, this is our 10-year anniversary, the Ladies Room Talk Show. Candy Love, I can't believe it, girl. We have been at this for 10 solid years. And time flies when you're having fun. And yeah. I've had a great ride with the Ladies Room Talk Show these past 10 years, a consistent 10 years, every Monday night at 7 o'clock p.m. So we're grateful. Guys, look for some really unique and fun things that's going to be taking place this year as we center 2026, centered around the 10-year anniversary of the Ladies Room. So guys, listen, stay tuned. We're going to be doing this. Thank you, Destiny. Mwah! She's such a sweetheart, Candy Love. She's a sweetie pie. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. So guys, listen, we'll look forward to seeing you back here next week. We have some good shows that's going to be coming up. We're going to be talking about some great things this month alone. You have Martin Luther King's birthday that's going to be coming up. Got some other things going to be centered around this. And we're going to have some special ladies room editions as well, because there's so many things that's taking place this year. So we want to make sure that we're getting those people into the ladies room as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So sometimes that's going to be those special edition shows that we'll bring in the middle of the day. So stay tuned for that as well. We'll advertise, we'll let you know about it and let you know when it's going to come. So again, Candy Love, thank you for hanging out with us today, sweetie. And good night to you. Good night to the listening audience. And listen, we cannot be who we are without your continued support. So thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being with us for 10 solid years. Go ahead, share this live. Get the information out about the brunch. We love you. We'll see you back here next week. Good night.
Step into the ladies' room with Clarissa.